Why, hello. This is planned to be a 5-day, 4-night solo adventure. Lacey's not going to be joining me on this trip. She actually has a bridal shower she has to go to in Billings. And then she's going to go meet up with Catherine Gregory, who's possibly one of the coolest people on the planet. So she's going to have a pretty awesome weekend. But that left me all alone. And there's a route I've been actually wanting to do for a long time, and this is the opportunity. So far there's been a climber's trail or boot path. Pretty good news. Hey, I've lost the boot path, at least for now. I'm just gonna keep pummeling through. It's getting pretty thick, but I got an idea. My feet wet, I'll just hike up the creek. Give that a shot. I'm actually quite enjoying this. It's supposed to be 102 today, or 102 degrees today. This is cooling me off. There's this little blow down stuff in the river, but it's a lot less blow down than if I were bushwhacking through this. And it's just no wind and hot. So, heck yeah. The forest is kind of opening up a bit. Hopefully it stays like this. Leaving the river now. And if I get hot again, I'll just head back to the river. Here is lake number 1. Not be camping at this one. I'm going further up in there. Most part the bushwhacking's over with, which is nice. Got really thick there for a bit. I started having issues with my camera battery. Kept saying unrecognized. Now it's working again, so that's good. So I missed a good majority of the uphill. It's really pretty up here. And I made it to camp. Home has been made for night number 1. Tomorrow, I'm going to try taking this ramp. Looks like where that larch is, I could hop up and walk up this ramp snow-free to here. Some boulders to this little notch. I will have to go over that little thing of snow, but I have an ice axe, so I'm good. From here, anyways, it looks doable. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I still have a lot of relaxation time. It's not even 5 o'clock yet. Lighting isn't very good right now for El Capitan. I'll definitely show you in the morning. It's not as big as Trapper, but I think it's got a bit more mass than it. Really beautiful. Hopefully I could get a sunrise and some alpenglow on it tomorrow morning. A lot of large trees, that whole band of from here, and then this bench here is just all large trees, it looks like. There's even some larches up in here. Tell you how hot it is. I've been walking up that river most of the day, and now I'm completely bone dry. I think the forecast down in the valley is supposed to be in the low hundreds most of the week. So it's probably like 80, possibly even low 90 here. So when that wind isn't going and you're not in shade, it is pretty brutal out. And walking up that river actually felt great. Water wasn't too cold, but it was cool enough to keep my body temps down. The biting flies along that section and the bushwhack part were pretty damn bad. There's some mosquitoes and flies here right now, but nowhere near as bad as they were during that section. Some of them pierced through my shirt too. Backpacking year hasn't gone quite as planned, definitely this year. I was supposed to have a big trip with Aaron the end of June in Canada. Too much snow, we moved it to the Rocky Mountain front trip, and then bad weather came in, so ended up having to cancel that outright and just have that weekend trip in the Blues. And Lacey and I had a permit for Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park to come on the west end of Whitney and summit it that way. Lacey hasn't had a 7 or 8 day pack on since early 2022. So if you're unfamiliar with the rules there, you have to have a bear keg. So we had 2 bear kegs, and she has, from a previous injury earlier in her life, she has 2 bulged discs in her spine. And she's now getting at that age where that heavy pack on is starting to pinch nerves, and her arms were in shooting pain or going numb. Her fingertips are going numb. So yeah, pulled the plug on that. That's not good. No matter how we redistributed the weight, like, it still would be too much just because of the dang bear keg rule. And then also, if you're unfamiliar, backpacking in California, once you need another backup plan, if you need one, it's kind of hard because a lot of the public land there got sold off to recreation.gov, so you need permits to access your public lands, and so that makes it really hard. You could day hike, so that's what we were gonna do, but then my truck would overheat going almost every trailhead, so we had to be like very picky about which trailheads we went to. And yeah, it's just one of those years. This trip was actually supposed to go over into either the Beartooths or the Wind River Range just to get into cooler temperatures. And the weather was looking good, like low 70s, upper 60s, and sunny for both places. And then obviously 2 days before the trip, thunderstorms every day. So it's just gonna be one of those years. You can't have a kick butt hiking year like all the time. Like 2023 was probably the best backpacking year I've ever had, and can't expect to have that every year. But it's a bummer when you realize you're in one of those years that's just gonna be like, it's one of those filler years, you know. All right. Anyways, time to eat. Well, good morning. It's day number 2. Hey, let's see if we can get up there. Made it to the base. Start slowly making my way up. Not off to too good of a start right now. Lots of skeeters, and if I could, I'd buy a breeze because it's already really hot. I should have got up earlier. I was just too tired, wanted to sleep in a bit more. Right, there's that gully. A lot more boulder hopping to get there. Main bird here. Oh, there he goes. Little guardian angel. Got some fire smoke coming in. There's a decent sized fire outside of Missoula right now. It's probably smoke from that guy. Fire danger's on extreme right now, so no backcountry campfires for me. Up in the gully now. So far it doesn't look too bad. It's a breeze to pick up or something. The mosquitoes followed me up. They're still all around me. I don't know if they're growing up here or just very, very desperate. Once I get over that hump of snow, I'm at the coal. I'm gonna get me some water and take a little break, get my leg strength back before I do that final little snow thing. I think I'm just gonna T-step up that. That is tiring. I have to on this side of the snowfield. I just walk up this. It's convenient, and I've made it. Curly Lake is in that direction. It's always an option. Pretty rugged looking. Really cool. Well, just made it over that notch right there. Is quite a little butt kicker, especially with a full pack. There's a nice meadow, flat area here. I'm gonna drop my pack and explore a bit more. This could be a good camp spot. Then later today, I might go summit El Capitan right up on above me. There's a lot of boulder hopping between me and that, but first off, I need to top up my water, whether it's gonna be melting this snow or if the snow's gonna be producing a little trickle where I could fill it up. All right, more work. The work never ends. Got the tent set up for the most part. I'll put the rain fly on later. Shade and breeze feels amazing. Go have a snack, a little rest in the tent, and go summit El Capitan. Getting some southwest winds. It's slowly, it's probably hard to tell, slowly blowing the smoke out. Very noticeable on the Lone Bachelor over here. It's not a silhouette anymore, neither is Como. I could sit here all day and stare at this. There's the El Capitan summit. Here's the view. Remember when I said the smoke was blowing out? I lied. It's pouring back in pretty good. Standing on a rock right now, so I can't 360. That peninsula right there, that was my camp earlier today. Different angle to view it from, that's for sure. I think I might enjoy being up here a bit more if there weren't 10 million biting flies. Ow. Been a lot of bugs on this trip. They haven't been horrific like I've had in past trips, but it's real. They've been, I'd just say, relentless, just because of the lack of wind and good temps and all that. Bugs, mosquitoes bothered me all the way up the gully, all the way at camp, all the way up to this summit. It's actually been worse on this summit, surprisingly. Been almost 10,000 feet, and you think, yeah, just a buggy trip. Give you an idea how hot it is. I absolutely buried those 3 cans of beer in snow. Like, buried. And that was 3 hours ago. I come back, not only the snow melted, it melted so much one of them rolled out of the little cubby I made. It's definitely a hot one. I can see why no one's out here. It's been pretty lonely. Well, here's the view from my tent as I have my beer. The heat bug combo finally won, and I just caved in and I'm sitting in the tent. The bugs aren't bad. It's just the combination of that and the very hot temperatures and lack of wind. I'm like, I'd rather just sweat in here than rather sweat out there and swat bugs away. So that's where I'm at right now. Hopefully that sun goes away soon. It's really hot. I guess we're gonna have some moisture tomorrow in the afternoon. That should be pretty nice. Get down in the valley, get away from the bugs. And with the moisture, it should bring in cooler temps. So I'm gonna drop down to there, cut over this way to a lake. Top of my head, I forgot the name of it. Like Curly Lake or something like that. Put it in below. Then from there, I'm gonna drop down to the Tin Cup Valley, Tin Cup Creek or river. Start heading east from there. Get a nice river camp. Hopefully get some rain on me. I actually want some rain on me. Not so much up here. The granite will get all slick and it'll be very dangerous, but once I get down to the valley floor, rain away. I'm over the heat. Good morning, it is day number 3. Today's objective is to get down in that valley. Got a lot of down climbing to do. Alright, camp is packed up. Let's start this down climb. It's really smoky right now. Alright, down I go. Check out the water come out of this rock. Water's in there somewhere, taking the path of least resistance. It's kind of cool. Well, that section was not fun. Those massive boulders. Unfortunately, my work's not over. I'm about halfway down. That was the worst boulder field I've ever had the pleasure of down climbing. Take a break here, then continue onward. better look what I came down. Up around that corner, down through all these chutes and big rocks. Wasn't too fun. Heading to Curly Lake right now. This basin's beautiful. This mountain here reminds me a lot of Mount Anderson and the Olympics. The little unnamed pass, about to enter it. There's larch trees everywhere up in here. Might be a cool spot to go in the fall. The topo makes that side of a Lonesome Bachelor look like a simple boulder scramble up. Those are sheer cliffs. Meadows up here above Curly are phenomenal. It's absolutely gorgeous. That pass is gorgeous. I'm gonna have to come back here in the fall through the Tin Cup way. Site of Curly Lake. Now for stage 2 of my 3-stage down climb today. This down climb wasn't nearly as bad as the other one. Almost to the lake. I'll take another break. These pathfinding sections take up a lot of time and energy. Made it down to the lake shore. This is how I take my breaks when there's this many bugs. This way they can't flank me, and they love biting my shoulder blade area for some reason. There's how I came down through here, over there, then walked the lake shore. And here's Goat Lake. Alright, stage 3. Dropping down this. Hopefully this trail holds up and I don't have to figure my way out down there all by myself. So good, just a little overgrown. Reminds me of some Olympic trails. Very steep. Had to veggie blade myself down some sections. Slowly get into the valley floor. Made it! The main trail's just on the other side of this creek. I'm gonna take a nice break here in the shade. Get a bunch of water in me. That's extremely convenient. Just like that, made it across. That's where I just came down from. There's a bombastic campsite there. It's a little hot right now. In the fall, that might be cool, or early spring. And I'm back on the trail. Tin Cup Trail. Have to do a little off trail tomorrow to get back to the truck. That's okay. These trees are gargantuan. This is the trail. Never quite home free in the Bitterroot, it seems. It's good this is how the route panned out, because I just heard a massive thunder boom right over me. Might get interesting, you'll see. Almost to the trailhead of Tin Cup. Dogs are barking for somewhere on the trailhead. Forest Service roads where I'll set up camp. Made it to the trailhead. Time to find a nice little camping spot. The creek nearby on this Forest Service road. That spot right there will do. Walk on down and sit by the nice cool creek. Well, I'm about to eat, chilling by this river. It cooled off very nicely. Tent's in the woods up behind me. And tomorrow, I'm just gonna leave my tent there except for the car keys, wallet, camera stuff. Look how sweaty the salt. And just leave all the heavy stuff there, and quickly in the morning without my pack gain the ridge behind me. I gotta be careful. There's a portion that's private lands for the University Heights area of Darby, so I gotta go straight up instead of the angle I kind of wanted to, and get to the Tin Cup overlook and then walk that road over to where my truck is. Shouldn't take too long without a pack, and yeah, time to eat. Well, good morning. It is day number 4. I'm only gonna grab some essentials, leave camp here, and make way to the truck and drive it down here. Right, let's get the show on the road. Hey, there's the ridge I gotta gain. It's private property on top of the ridge there. Forest Service land this way, and Tin Cup overlook over there. Made it to the road. There's Capitan way back in there. That guy. Slowly getting back to the truck. And there's Lake Como. The trailhead's right around this corner. And I've made it. Time to get into some air conditioning. Lonely in the Bitterroot. My gear, headed back into town. I am hungry.
But it's living under your skin. Love's the key to the things that we see. And don't mind chasing. Leave the light on in the yard. for me. Whoa. When we were the same, we stroked our arms and we wore them thin. Ah, the sadness, it was there. But you don't miss it, man, you got it all like a memory. Now it's living under your skin. Love's the key to the games that we play, but don't mind losing. Love's the key to the things that you see, but you don't mind moving. It's the door in the dark of the way. It's the key in the dark for the spark. Love's the game all the way the same. Oh,